Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Grille 15. It's a tier 10 German turreted tank destroyer. I suppose you could call that a turret. And it's located on the south spawn of mines under the command of Awppenheimer. Well, it's another tier 10 game. He's got the 15cm gun capable of doing 750 alpha, but unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know if you could say that's fortunate, it's actually mounted on the hull of a Panther, which means of course that it's very porous on the hull and the gun shield is negligible, but it's got a fantastic gun and it's a very quick mover. And he's just picking his spot at the moment, getting ready for the enemy tanks. Not using the gun, the bush mechanic at the moment, but really there's no need. 836 high roll off an AMX-50B, but he took fire from enemy tanks and lost 429 to an STB. And that was the STB-1, the Japanese medium tank. Okay, now he's using the rear of that bush. It's a bit difficult to use the bush mechanic on that other bush that he was in, but he needed to get a clear shot and time his shot perfectly so he could hit one of the enemy tanks as it went through. And that Object 277 is asking for a shot right through his lower plate, and it's a low roll for 733, and you can see he's very well angled himself. Even if those guys are up on the top of the hill, they can't see him because he's directly behind the rock. But he can see them because we've got somebody proxy spotting at the bottom, and it's an ST2. Now he's looking over onto the island because he's got an STB over there. That's the guy who hit him. Unfortunately, he doesn't time it well on that occasion, and the STB misses, or he misses the STB. But his sixth sense didn't go off, so obviously they didn't see him on that shot. Now, who's next? 277 again? He's poking. He's pulled back. In fact, actually, that 277 appears to be going around the north end of the hill. I think he's given up trying to come south on the south approach, mainly because he's worried about the about Awppenheimer, and he tried a blind shot there to try and hit the Progetto. The STB's come back on the island, but not far enough forwards for him to get a shot. He's backing up to see, can he get another shot from a different angle? He might, if that guy backs away, head towards his own cap, but he appears to be the only tank on the island. Oh, he does come out! And he gets revenge! 797, and the STB's hit again. Nice hit, that's a high roll, goes for the Progetto. Got to wait for this long reload, 15 seconds reload. The Progetto pulled back because he knew he was spotted. In fact, virtually everybody's at the edge of that cliff is actually spotted. There's the Progetto again. He doesn't take the shot because he's moving too quickly. Super Conk, here we come. Takes it right through the side of the turret. It would have gone straight through the burst plates. Was an AP round. Okay. Who's next? Ooh. Superconk's still in the centre. Our Superconk just died. We've now got a Type 5 Heavy at the top of the hill. They've lost their Conqueror. We're 3 tanks up on them at the moment. But they still have the hill. They've got the top of the hill. But the Type 5 is getting close. Oh, well, he was, but he's now gone. He was taken out by an AMX-50B. Probably the same AMX-50B that we hit, because he's down to just 37 hit points now, that tank. No shot in the Superconk. 2684 over on the east side. No hits, no shots there at the moment. Ah, Superconk. Nice shot! And a high roll as well. He didn't see him for very long, but he actually just fired for the top of the turret. The shell will go straight through both the bursting plate and the turret itself. Now this could be where he's going to pick up a lot of hit points, because it looks like there's a large number of enemy tanks on this side of the map, and we just lost our last defense on that side, so now he's going to be using the bush mechanic to deal some real damage on those enemy tanks as they come down the east side. We've got some guys who are just going into the hill now. They was too close to the bush there to fire. Now he can do it. 705. One through the lower plate. Got a fire! He set him alight. Arty just hit him as well. That's the good thing about hitting a tank with its engine at the front. Goes for the side of the T-57 Heavy, trying to get the engine fire. There's only 2 enemies left, and they're both on this side of the map, so he's got a chance to take out both of them. Oh, and they've both gone! They've both been killed. The Conqueror gun carriage got the Object 705, and our EBR 105 killed the T-57 Heavy, and that was the end of the game. So, no kills for Awppenheimer, but a lot of damage. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats, and we'll see how much he actually managed to get. Well, it was a first-class tanker for Awppenheimer in the Grille 15. He managed to get a fire for effect and a bruiser out of the minor medals. Out of the battle heroes, he managed to get a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else, and a tank sniper as well for getting the most damage in a battle at least 300 meters, sitting at the back in the Grille 15. I think that counts, yes. 4,303 was the win rate from that game. It seems small, but that is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look and see how much actual damage he did. 7,067. The nearest player to him was a Super Conk on the enemy team with 5,107. And the next high score after him was a Cranvarn with 3,740. So, yes, he certainly did very well indeed. No kills, puts him way down there on the bottom of the table, or the bottom third. But when it came to base XP, he's actually third place, because the Cranvarn managed 908, the Object 277 904, and Awppenheimer managed 898. Let's have a look at detail. 10 shots fired, 9 direct hits, 9 penetrations, only 1 shot didn't actually hit the target. That probably was one of the ones that he blind shotted in, and it just didn't hit the target after all. 7,067 hit points of damage, of which 4,655 were at more than 300 meters. He did receive 2 hits, I'm afraid. One was penetration 1 and non-penetration. The penetration came from that STB, but he got his revenge on him. And 400 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 8 enemy vehicles damaged, no kills, and 772 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 72,114 credits from that game, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 37,849 credits. He earned 7 bonds for the awards, and 9 for the battle, took away 16 in total. 1,347 XP times 4 for the first victory, took away 5,388 altogether. Well, the Grille 15, it's a lot of fun if you know how to handle it, and of course remember that it's got virtually no armor. It's very, very defensive in that sense, but it can fire a very big round which will punch straight through some of the toughest armor. So it can be a lot of fun if you like sitting at the back firing from a long distance away. And Awppenheimer did have a lot of fun in that battle. There was lots of targets, and none of them seemed to be actually having any luck except the STB in putting a round into him. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. And thank you for watching.